Hello everyone and welcome to another Java tutorial. I know it's been a while since I made one. It's just I've been busy and stuff. But here's another one on scanner. Now scanner is very important because sometimes you don't want to use your J option pan, whatever you want to pronounce it, right? And you want a scanner to take input from a file, right? And scanner is really good at doing that. Now I know you have, excuse me, your file reader and your buffer reader and all that. But for now, it's pretty good to use for reading stuff. And you can also use it to write stuff, I believe, as well. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go and start. So, let's start. So let's do this. Let's say we want to get your name or whatnot, right? So normally you do string name equals j option pane dot I need to import that j option pane dot show message dialog, I believe. Hello. So there you go. Show message, sorry, show input. Alright, and then you just do print and then the name. Okay, so we have our thing and it says hello. We print that out and then don't worry about this, I'll explain all this later. Okay, so you probably okay, so now that we have this, what happens if we want to read instead of a J option pan, just a scanner? So you could do the exact same thing. All you need is to make a scanner method. Scanner. Let's do name reader equals new scanner, and the arguments in here is how it's going to read your data. How it's going to get information, get data. So it's saying name reader is going to read information through system.in or through your input, which is your keyboard, or whatever it is that you input it. So what you're going to do now is, let's say we want to print out our name reader. So all we need to do is system.out.println name reader dot next line. Okay, so if we run this, hello there, and we get hello there, and then we get our J option pan. So then you see our hello there printed hello there. So that's really easy and really cool to do, right? So what you normally use scanner for is not for taking input, because J option pane does it much nicer and much cleaner. But what you use scanner for mostly is for taking input from something, either for file reading. So how you do file reading is pretty simple. You do scanner, your variable, right, equals new scanner, new file, your C users, right, or wherever your file is at. I put my file right in my scanner tutorial.java folder, which is your CR folder, right? So then all you need to do then is do while in dot has next line, system dot print line in dot next line. Pretty much what name reader was, because it's just gonna be calling up each file. We already have an enter on each one, right? We have Matthew, enter John, enter Luke, enter Mark, enter Jerry, Sarah, Elizabeth, right? So it's going to be reading the next line over and over again until there's no more lines, in which Elizabeth was the last one. Here, right? So that's really good to do. In writing, you could do that as well. You can also write stuff too. So we're going to do that. So let's do print writer. That's what we're going to be using, right? Which allows you to write data, right? So let's do print writer pw equals new print writer, right? And then that. Let's Alt Enter. So in here we're going to write where we want our file to be. If it doesn't exist, don't worry, it will create it for you. So you don't have to worry about that. Documents. And let's name this John. Oh no, not John, just do scanner file output dot txt. That should be good. So now all we need to do now is just do this. We have that, right? So where file is a literal new file. Okay, so now what we need to do is pw dot print, and what print does is it prints the string but in the file. So we're going to print out, let's just say hello, save this, run it. It reads the file. Oh, I keep forgetting I have a JOption pan that I still need to let's just do Jenny. I don't know. And file. Did I write this correctly? Right, you cannot find the path specified. So I believe it should have created it, because it said that it will create it on your own. So we named this scanner. Okay, so it didn't write it. Okay, so let's do the exact same thing, except let's just do scanner file output.txt print line. Okay, so let's actually get rid of this string, since I don't want to keep doing that, and let's do that. So let's run this. Okay, so it worked. Sarah, Elizabeth, and then it printed out into the file. So now if we run this, let's refresh. We should have gone scanner file input. So if we go to here, source packages, scanner tutorial, Scanner file. Interesting. Let's look for it. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be in my C drive. Yep, it's here. So it's in my scanner tutorial file. It's not in the actual file here. It's in this. So we actually go to files, we should see it. Ah, here. Scanner file output.txt. So that worked out nicely. Let's see if we actually add all this. If it will actually create it in our scanner, in our data. So let's run this again. Okay, so we didn't get any errors, so that's a good sign. So let's go back to our files, and we see that, yep, we made another one. Scanner file output.txt. Now the reason why it's not in our scanner tutorial is because I forgot to copy this scanner tutorial. But essentially that's how you read from files and you write from files. Scanner dot your scanner, your whatever variable dot new scanner, your system dot in is essentially your new file. You're getting data from a file, right? And then while in dot has next system dot print line in the next line. So while it has the next line to print out, we're going to do in dot next line. And for writing, you have print writer, pw equals new print writer, wherever file you want, right, to write it in. It doesn't matter. Do not worry if it doesn't exist, because it will make it for you, right? And remember that when you're writing, reading from a file or writing to a file, you need this double quotes. You need, sorry, not these double backslashes, because that's essentially writing out your file, right? In Java, to have this backslash, you need a backslash before it. And then pw.println, which essentially is what is printing into the computer, right? Into the file, not here. The file itself needs, the file itself is being printed using println. So that's pretty much it. So hopefully this wasn't too much of a drag or very long-winded. So if you have any questions, please put into the comments below.